So operators, go ahead, take a seat. Let's get with the briefing. Basically, here's the map as we all know it. On Breakpoint, we'll be hitting up to the northeast today. We'll be hitting the Whiteman Fob. From there, we'll basically go to the training ground, the Behemoth training ground, as we like to call it in Matrix Ops. Here, as you can see, I'm only a level 28. I'm not carrying a sniper rifle because I believe by now we would all know how to take out a mammoth from outside of 150 meters. So originally today, this is basically the 75th Military Police Unit in the Matrix Ops. I'll be coming out with this build. It'll be your standard SWAT build soon. We're just looking to open up a couple more parts. Got a couple of hitters on Breakpoint that helped me out with that. Just wanted you guys to track. The only thing I am carrying is a +4 P90. Enjoy the video. I really hope this helps you out.
4-1 chosen target of opportunity north by northwest. Mission to execute. Negative Trojan. We are allowed at this time. Market grid. Tray 4. We'll be back.
So a little insert, like I said, originally I did not have the intentions of doing any kind of said tutorial video or any kind of video to take these fucking tin cans out, right? But I did have quite a few people asking me, the boys in the ops and I, it's really fun to do this and see how you can do it in 2, 3, and 4 man teams. Old Sarge had this suggestion that incorporate both, so I will be talking over this video. However, the one thing you don't want to do, let me stress this, is get run over. These are using more on the military side than police. However, we are mud puppies. Big shouts out to the military police. Always thinking about you guys holding the line as fucking well. Let's get a like for the mud puppies. The military police, the military popo. So as you see here, I've killed it several times now. And this is kind of what I think, some of my thoughts on killing these without a sniper rifle. That's the one thing you don't want to do, is never ever get close enough, because they will kind of Michael Jackson moonwalk across the map and smoke you. If you like this video and you want to see more Breakpoint, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Have an amazing day, and I'll track with you guys later. Arc 401 Trojan request turn burn north by northeast 1.51 Sol. Good copy. MBGs check. Thermal check. We have cycle north by northeast. Okay, we're looking squared up. Jumpers ready. Check your gear. Jumpers on me. Jumpers jump, jump, jump. Jumper out. Now, I thought this game was past beta and we've had a couple of patches and we still have no freaking sound effects when we're free falling. Shoot deployed. Boots on ground. Alright, troops. Let's take care of the business at hand here. So the first thing I like to do is obviously post myself up against these rocks. Okay, so one thing that you have to do is obviously have situational awareness. I know this guy's just, you know, right on the other side of these boulders, right? Which, don't forget, you have to use these boulders as cover. Cover is such a key point, and I'm talking hard cover here, is such a key point. It's imperative that you get some kind of hard cover if you're going 1v1 against these mammoths. I mean, really, it's imperative you get any kind of cover. Ooh, just get some, man. Dick card right there. Anyway, as you see, I waited and then I hit my spray and then I pounced. Each spray lasts a minute, but to be honest, I believe that it lasts a lot shorter than a minute. I would actually count on 30 seconds at a time with the spray. Now, obviously, when you shoot, you want to come back in. A lot of people ask why I don't like go into my scope. One, I really like, ever since the days of SOCOM, I've always liked to hip fire, and I'll basically build my weapon for that. Also, I think I failed to show it, however, that P90 I have actually has a plus 20% damage to any kind of drone. So, you know how you can draw weapons. I am an early, a very early level. Again, get out of the incoming fire, obviously, position yourself up on a rock. Now, I had it in my mind, obviously, that I was going to go ahead and trek over to the sniper tower. Hook. And again, right here, this just shows you can shoot through those bones or whatnot. It really doesn't offer any kind of cover for the Mammoth or for, you know, myself. So right here, I'm kind of waiting for him to make a move. However, when you hear that, that's the top, the lid opening, or the hatch, so to speak, and that's when they're about to fire mortars. So that's a good time to actually charge them. Again, making sure that you always have decent cover. Try not to get, you know, caught in the open, obviously, right? And remember, you can take some rounds from this thing before it kills you. And also just remember to always have your meds and your rockets. Don't forget about the rockets. I know a lot of players 1v1 will say that the damage doesn't really affect the drones with the rocket. However, it does, trust me, especially if you put like a +20 to any of your HE type weapons, right? Your high explosive type weapons, which, you know, obviously your rocket, your shoulder fire and forget rocket, obviously that would fall under the 20% extra damage. It's a perk. I have 2 perks open right now. I believe I'm a level 25, 26. Now here, you see the blue? The blue glow, the blue beacon, if you will.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
That rocket, I freaking hit, I think I hit the rock with it actually. However, that's where you want to aim, right? There's 4 spots on it. Some say there's 3. There's 1 on each side, the front, and in the rear. In the rear, it's very, very low to the ground. Some people will say there's 3, but I've noticed there's 4. Just 1 doesn't really light up like the others. Now again, when that hatch opens and those mortars come out, you can pretty much FFE, right? Fire for effect on the spinning ball. Hopefully I'll get it here. I know I do at some point in this video. And that affects it. That does damage just like if you're shooting the blue turbine there, right? The blue glowing, we'll just call it the turbine. And again, as you see here, you can actually take some rounds from that minigun. With that being said, if you just want to stand back and snipe this, you absolutely can. Use the 50 cal. Don't go with suppressor. And from my location, you want to go west to the lagoon, which I have a video coming out with a couple of hitters from Matrix Ops. 3 of us, we destroyed this thing in under, like, I don't know, 4 minutes. However, if you're 150 meters out, the miniguns can't affect you. All they can do is fire mortars. That's originally how I pretty much researched and tracked how to beat this thing 1v1. But to me, it's hella boring, and I'd rather do it this way. So again, you can carry mines. I think I'm carrying actually grenades, but if you could carry mines and sort of stack, because eventually I knew that I was going to get it to that tower, right? Because I'm running low on ammo. I figured I was running low on ammo towards the end of this fight, taking them, you know, like a badass freaking ranger, right? I'm going straight at them. Now, the uniform today is the SWAT uniform. I have that build coming out for Breakpoint. However, I have 1 build before that. So here I'm obviously using this boulder as hard cover while I get a few more shots on target before I make my way to the tower. But the tower, 99% of the time, at least at this location, is where you're going to end up towards the end of the engagement. You'll notice that I don't have any spray left, and that's okay, because this tower is very advantageous during this firefight while you're taking him on, right? 1, you're in an advantageous position being above your target, just like in any firefight. There's advantages to viewing down on said battlefield, right? And right here's a good example, right? I'm just plowing them with this +20 P90 to drones. So another good thing about using the tower is obviously when they come in with mortar strikes, such as right here, you can basically lay down some fire and then run back under the cover of the tower. However, I thought I'd be John Wayne and get me some and just jump off. Actually, that was completely on accident. But when the mortars are coming in, you can just pretty much stay under this tower, right? Now, every time you do serious damage to this tin can, the miniguns will stop working. As you see there, I put another fucking rocket up his ass, right? And let me tell you something. Whoever said that those rockets won't work, obviously never fought using one, I guess, or never fought with the plus 20 damage. But even without the plus 20 damage, you gotta figure, this is a motherfucking rocket, dude. Okay, it's gonna do damage either way. I mean, that's what laws and RPGs were made to do, is blow shit up, regardless if you got a plus 20 or not. Now, I will also highly recommend that you use the pillars, the concrete pillars, even this trunk. There's a reason they put a fucking tree trunk, right, under this tower, and that's for you to use as cover. So don't forget, when he opens up with his miniguns, probably 30 Mike's variants of, that you need to go ahead and grab cover. And when you're running, try to always make sure, this is included when you're in the rocks out there, always make sure that you have cover on the back. And that was that steel ball that I was talking about. If you hit it, it does increase damage as well, where the mortars shoot out under the hatch. So here you see, I'm down to my freaking pistola here, the old M9 Beretta, and we're going to see what it's all about. I was thinking, man, it'd really be suck getting this close and then dying. Again, though, this is a great example of how I'm using these pillars as cover against rockets. Get some of that M9, boy. Rockets, the minigun, you know, the mortar. Obviously, I have top cover to cover that. And here I'm starting to get concerned with if I should actually go back in and cheat a little off meta and grab my sniper rifle to finish this guy off. Because obviously, I have nothing but pistols left. Being said, you can go in and switch out to different weapons within your loadout as long as you have the ammo. My sniper rifle is a 50 cal. I'm carrying, I believe, 5.56 and 7.62, which is exhausted. So I could actually go into menus and grab my 50 cal. But us here at Matrix Ops, we don't do that kind of stuff. We don't do that kind of meta. We come, we fight with what's on our back, what we got slung, what we got holstered. And that M9 Beretta, as I've always stated, you need to go with something that's been combat proven. So you know what to do. Go ahead, snipe like, snipe sub. I hope this video helped you out, 'cause that's how we roll.